Senator Ríordáin.
I want to strike a celebratory note, if I might, today, given that this week is Pride Week. And I think while we can be very critical often of the country in which we live on various different issues, I think this week we can take stock of huge advances that have taken place in this country over the last 25 years, thanks and no least to the gentleman sitting right in front of me, Senator Norris. I was watching a programme on RTE last night entitled A Different Country. And it went through the personal stories of people who lived in Ireland before homosexuality was decriminalised. And it was quite a moving tale that many of them had to tell. So we have made great advances in the last number of years, from obviously marriage equality, the Child and Family Relationships Bill, the amending of Section 37 of the Employment Equality Act, the Gender Recognition Bill, and other measures that have taken place in this House. But it would be foolish of us, I think, in this week to assume that everything is okay. We still have a lot of work still to do. In many parts of the country, LGBT young people still feel very afraid of coming out and being who they are. And I would suggest, Leader, that perhaps we should take the opportunity to reassess where we stand in terms of LGBT rights, because it's one thing to get equality in law, it's another thing to get equality in society. And there's three areas I think we need to focus on as we celebrate the great advances we have made in the last number of years. One is the area of education, where we still have a huge influence of religious institutions over our education system who are hostile to the LGBT agenda and LGBT rights. Secondly is the area of sport. I find it remarkable, not so much in women's sport, but definitely in men's sport, how few men, LGBT men, feel comfortable in coming forward in that atmosphere to say who they are and what the people that they are. And I think that is something that has to be addressed. But most pressingly, I think, this week, as we celebrate Pride in Ireland, that our brothers and sisters in Northern Ireland still do not have the rights that LGBT citizens have here, that they don't have the right to equal marriage. And I think as Northern Ireland is in sharp focus in the UK and in Ireland, and with the re-establishment of the executive, that has to be our focus. And I think collectively in this House it would be a strong message if all of us cross-party were to stand united and say that we in this House believe that it is time, absolutely, for Northern Ireland to bring in marriage equality, because we have become a beacon of light across the world and internationally on the issue of LGBT rights. Saturday will be a glorious day in Dublin, as it always is every year in Dublin for Pride Week. It is unbelievable to think, actually, a number of years ago that we would have had, without much comment and without much fuss, an LGBT leader of this House, an LGBT leader of the country, LGBT members of Cabinet, and it doesn't seem to make any difference whatsoever to the vast, vast majority of Irish people. So on those 3 points, in terms of the education system, on where we are in sport, but absolutely in terms of where our fellow citizens are in Northern Ireland, I think we have a long way to go. But let's take the moment, if we might, to celebrate how far we have come and to celebrate Pride this week.